we offer 5 undergraduate STEM programs, and these programs are listed on the slide. Our engineering technology program is accredited by the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology, their Engineering Technology Commission. Our computer science program is also accredited by ABET. Our chemistry program is certified by the American Chemical Society's Committee on Professional Training. Now, to put in context the role that Grambling State University has in ensuring we have a diverse, highly trained STEM workforce, let's look at some national data. In 1985, when you look at all of the baccalaureate degrees awarded, only 24% were in the STEM area. By 2009, this number had dropped to 18%. If you look at the master's degrees in STEM awarded, there was a drop during this time frame as well, from 18% to 14%. When you look at the doctorates in STEM that were awarded during this time period, they remained constant, but who was receiving the degrees changed. In 1985, 74% of the STEM degrees, PhDs, were awarded to domestic students. By 2009, this number had dropped to 54%. When you look at the STEM workforce, specifically computer science and math, only 27% of the STEM workforce are women. When you look at the STEM workforce further, only 6% are non-Hispanic Black. So Grambling State University, over many, many years, has been successful in training students for success in STEM. When you look at diverse issues in higher education's top 100 producers of minority degrees, and this is looking at all universities, not just HBCUs, Grambling State University is ranked 23rd in producing African American graduates in engineering technology, 24th in producing African American graduates with degrees in biological sciences, and 29th in producing African American graduates with degrees in computer and information sciences. Our faculty, in addition to teaching, many are engaged in cutting edge research. Our STEM faculty has been successful in obtaining funding currently that's almost $7 million. And some of this funding is purely research, and others is related to access and success. We really try to make sure that our graduates, when they graduate, they have the skills that workforce is looking for. And so to do this, we actually employ the use of industrial advisory boards. We make sure that our students have hands-on experience in cutting-edge scientific equipment and instrumentation. So our STEM faculty has been really good in obtaining external funding to purchase the equipment. I want to show a clip. This is a 3D printer. Recently on public radio, they talked about the use of the 3D printer in the medical field. They talked about a young man who actually was, his face was severely disfigured from a motorcycle accident. So they used a 3D printer to actually design an implant that they could put in his face to restore his facial features. So this is our engineering technology professor walking a student through the use of this printer. You tell the computer what you want to make, and you put in some liquid that actually is polymerized using this light, and then you have your model. So actually, what he's doing now is taking off the model. So it is attached to the bottom of the tray, and this model is actually a motor. And he's going to walk the student through the curing process. Now it still has some reactive parts, so they have to get rid of those reactive parts. All right? Thank you. Let's look at some of the places that we, businesses in Louisiana where we place our graduates. These are a few of the industries that in Louisiana that we place our graduates in. The National Science Foundation commissioned a study where they looked at African Americans that earned a PhD in a STEM area for the 2002-2011 time period, and they wanted to know where did they get their undergraduate degree in STEM from. So Grambling State University is ranked in the top 50 of institutions where our students go on, or actually for this time period, went on to earn a PhD in a STEM area. So where are some of the schools that our students are successfully graduating from with PhDs? We have schools in Louisiana, we have Virginia Tech, Harvard, we have Texas A&M, and others. These are two of our graduates that are counted in this 2002-2011 time period. Dr. Leonard Moore graduated with a chemistry degree from Grambling State University and completed a PhD in chemistry from LSU. You have Dr. Melvina Martin, who completed a biological science degree at Grambling State University, went on to earn a PhD in environmental science at Tulane University, and then did a postdoc. I'm glad to say that both of these individuals joined our faculty this past fall. Another example of a STEM success is Dr. Talia Mayo. Talia came to Grambling as a criminal justice major who loved math. So as her first semester student, she was enrolled in a calculus class. Of course, the math professor noticed her and convinced her there is a career in mathematics. So Talia, while being a member of the marching band, earned a BS in mathematics, graduated at the top of her class. She earned a perfect score on the math portion of the GRE. She was accepted to Harvard and many other schools. She chose to attend the University of Texas at Austin. This last semester, she became the first African American to complete a PhD from the Institute of Computational Engineering and Sciences at the University of Texas at Austin. She's currently doing a postdoc at Princeton University. Talia sent us a copy of her dissertation, and she dedicated her dissertation to underrepresented groups. And she went on to thank her alma mater and indicated that one of the best decisions of her life was choosing Grambling State University. And she thanked the professors for showing her that she was somebody. Now, if you know Grambling State University's motto, it is the place where everybody is somebody. And so we really believe in that. We take that student who comes from disenfranchised backgrounds and we help them overcome any deficiency and then become highly competitive in whatever it is they want to do. We also play a role in ensuring that students in K through 12 are prepared for STEM. Last summer, we had a robotics camp for 7 to 12-year-olds. For the last 5 years, we've had a robotics and cybersecurity program for high school teachers and students. This program is funded by the Air Force. We have a high ability program for rising high school seniors that now has a STEM focus. It's funded by the National Science Foundation partially. We are part of the North Louisiana Regional Collaboratives for Excellence in Science Teaching. This program is funded by the Texas Regional Collaborative and Shell Oil. So in partnership with Louisiana Tech, we offer specialized training for science teachers. Just briefly, some of our health-related programs at the graduate level. These programs are accredited by specialty accrediting agencies. We are successful in placing these graduates all over the state of Louisiana. In our visual and performing arts, just wanted to highlight one of our graduates, Mr. Navarro. He obtained a BA in music performance, and he is now the officer in charge of the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band.
Grambling is often associated with athletics, particularly football, and it has a lot to do with Eddie G. Robertson, the winningest Division I football coach in the country. While that is true, athletics continues to be associated with Grambling for that reason, but also because of the hundreds of legends in football, in basketball, baseball, and other sports that were produced during his time and since that time. We often hear of football, basketball, track. Today, track is something that I would like to just focus on a minute, because you don't hear much about track at Grambling State University. Coach Lavelle has won 31 championships in track with his track teams. He is an Olympian of 1972 Olympics, and he has also been inducted into the Grambling Legends Hall of Fame. This shows you the number of years we have won the SWAC championship in track. Now this one, look to your extreme left, on the back row. That's the guy with the gray hair and wearing sunglasses. We hosted an appreciation luncheon a few days ago for our track team, and I can only tell you the mistake I made was to ask them to introduce themselves and to say something about Grambling and how they feel. I had to sit down because they are very, very literate. They are very verbal, and they had so many wonderful things to say about Grambling, so many wonderful things to say about their coach that's consistent with that slogan we have, that Grambling is a place where everybody is somebody. In fundraising, this was one of my major priorities when I came to Grambling. Our goal was to increase giving and giving back to the university. And one of the strategies we developed was to introduce the piggy bank concept, where incoming students, their parents, and everybody else will receive one of these piggy banks. And we are saying to everybody, instead of placing your change on the table during the evening or whenever, place your change in the piggy bank. And when you fill the piggy bank, we'll count what's contained. And if you complete filling 2 of those per year, or 3, whatever the number, it is counted, it is placed next to your name forever. So by the time you graduate, we will count that and it goes right there on your name. And that is your contribution during your 4 or 5 or 6 years at Grambling State University. So I must tell you that we are very, very pleased that even tomorrow night, we have a conference call with alumni from around the area who will be making a contribution to Grambling State University. Alumni response to our call for financial help is definitely on the increase. And when we looked at 2012, 2013 year giving to the university, we were up by 12%. And that is significant. Now, in conclusion, Grambling State University continues to prepare men and women to serve our nation. Our distinguished graduates are serving the world in many, many, many different ways. I personally want to thank Dr. Woodley and also to thank members of the board for your continued support of Grambling State University. It is a good place, and I'm saying that again for our high school students as well. Thank you very much for listening to us.
With our oil and gas industries and many of the computer science companies coming in, engineering and computer science, accounting, some of these STEM areas just happen to be in